This is the Blue Men Group. This is the Blue Men Group. This is the Blue Men Group.
This is the Blue Men Group.
This is the Blue Men Group. This is the Blue Men Group.
This is the Blue Men Group.
This is the Blue Men Group. This is the Blue Men Group. This is the Blue Men Group.
This is the Blue Men Group.
This is the Blue Men Group.
Well, hello everybody. My name's Ron Ecstasy, and this is Blue Men Group. Per usual, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Devin Welsh and John Beedrin. Hello.
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 Hello. Look at this. The studio is buzzing. There's birds flying around.
Oh, those aren't birds. Those are cicadas.
Oh, okay.
That's what the buzzing is also coming from.
Yeah, that is the buzz. I'm buzzed. You're buzzed. The cicadas are buzzing. Brood-X, it's here. It's causing pandemonium across this country's trees, this country being the United States of America. Unsure if... I didn't even think about this. Do you think like the cicadas are happening in Europe? Or is it just
I don't know.
an
They might
American
be on a
thing?
different cycle. But they must
Yeah.
have cicadas, right? They
But
must.
Right.
Brood-X, I don't want them to go. I'm already feeling
know.
sad.
I know I'm attached to them.
I know. And then they just slip out of their little cocoon thingy and fly away. But that's fine. We got a huge news week. It's just incredible how much news came in this week. If you can imagine like a mailbox, there's stuff overflowing from the mailbox. If you can picture like a garbage can at a festival or something, when there's people are just carefully putting a cup on top so as to not topple it over. It's one of
Because
those
The
weeks.
implication is if it topples and you did it, you have to pick it back up.
Yes, you have to pick it all up. But let's get right into it. I hope Devin and John are doing well in spite of all this incredible news.
Oh, no, not in spite of, but because of it. I think,
Because
I love doing this show because, it's just a glimpse into the world and how the world works. It never stops. Crazy things never stop.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
I feel like every week I get stronger the more I pay attention to the right stories and the right kind of news.
It's true. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we are helping articulate the cool parts of your brain with this show, and we will continue to do so. But let's jump in and anchor ourselves in history with my favorite segment, This Week in History.
June 15th, 1215. In Runnymede, England, King John signs the Magna Carta, or Great Charter, granting liberties to his barons. The document shapes concepts of democracy and constitutional law around the world for centuries to come.
What?
Damn. That's so long ago.
12:15? I thought they
I
were
know.
talking about like noon, like right after noon time.
December
Yeah.
15th.
So 12:15. Yeah, you really have to wind back the clock. And
Yeah.
King John, he doesn't
The
even have an
sundial.
interesting name. It's like just King John.
Well, back
King
then
John.
that was an interesting name because there was.
Yeah.
He was the first one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. John was this like incredibly novel name.
Who's this John guy?
Yeah, wow, what an exotic character.
This John guy is really a hot figure in the scene.
But he doesn't have any like, not King John the 19th or anything like that.
Yeah, he's just the original John.
John.
He's the first one.
Johnny.
His Wikipedia says just John was his birth name. John. Born on 24th of December, 1166. His
Wow.
nickname
John.
Christmas Eve.
was John Lackland. What?
Hmm.
Because
Okay.
he lacked land, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But he
They
did
had to
have
make him king.
the Magna Carta, it seems.
Well, later.
Well,
What is
later,
the Magna
yeah,
Carta?
yeah.
I don't know really. Yeah, can you break this down for me? Because in my head, Magna Carta means like big check in Latin or something.
John, I'm
Yeah.
glad you asked. John, Magna Carta is like the Constitution of Constitutions, is it not? It's like the OG original, hey, here's how you do it, Constitution. But as Dev kind of pointed out earlier, doesn't seem very democratic.
Yeah, it seems like it's more of a contract between just the original John and maybe a dozen other people.
His boys. John and his boys. It was like a contract.
Yeah, so I'm going to look it up here. Magna Carta, commonly called Magna Carta, is a royal charter of rights agreed to by King John of England on the 15th of June, 1215, as we know. First drafted by Archbishop of Canterbury, Stephen Langton, to make peace between the unpopular king and a group of rebel barons. It promised the protection of church rights, protection for the barons from illegal imprisonment, access to swift justice, and limitations on feudal payments to the crown to be implemented through a council of 25 barons. Neither side stood behind their commitments, and the charter was annulled by Pope Innocent III, leading to the First Barons' War.
Pope Innocent, hell
so it's
yeah.
the first attempt at sort of creating a set of rules for the game between the king and the barons, the people that were just less powerful than him.
All the marble grabbers of England or whatever. All
Right.
the people who had like skin in the game. I like the swift justice term because to me that can only mean one thing, which is immediate beheadings.
Yeah.
Swift.
I demand swift justice.
Yeah, fuck.
Justice is a sword, and yeah.
I love this idea of Pope Innocent though. That's cool. That's new to me.
When
Just
you have
like,
to name yourself Pope Innocent,
I
it's
know,
like kind of like
something's
Pope
up.
not guilty of all charges.
yeah,
Brilliant marketing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like they're like trying to decide who should be Pope next. Like they're electing it, with like the chimney and everything. And it's like, what about Pope Innocent? It's like, he seems pretty good.
it's like Pope Innocent. You're up. He's like, I swear, I didn't do it. It's like, no, you're good.
yeah,
you're
we
good.
You're not on
You don't-
trial. You're not on trial.
Like we haven't even thought of that yet. Yeah, habeas corpus is not. Wait, I'm getting word that is in the Magna Carta. Never mind, Pope Innocent. Okay. So John, King of England, John Lackland, I like to call him because he
His
was
son,
not
Edward
expected.
the First. He also gave birth to the first Edward.
Oh my God,
There's all these firsts going on around this time.
How old did this guy live? Like, let's see, 1216. Okay, we're gonna do some mental math here. Okay, carry the one minus 1166 equals 50. He was 50.
Okay.
Oh my God.
He was an old man.
His bones must have been so creaky, and his stink must have been absolutely insane.
He was like 5 years away from getting Social Security or something.
Yeah. He put that in there.
He probably takes a bath like once a month and lives in a kind of busted down like windy castle where he's cold all the time.
Right.
Oh God.
Eating greasy like chicken legs.
Or he's constantly bathing in like tepid water.
Yeah, that too.
Sleeping on hay and like just itchy all the time. Like,
And he has it like better than everyone else in the kingdom.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And then the barons are suddenly like lighting a fire under his ass, and he's like, "It's like, come on, man! Like I'm bathing in tepid water as it is."
yeah. So is it not? Let's fast forward like tons of years, like 800 years or something like that. I can't even figure out when something's happening in 1215. Like when that, it's just made up to me. So like, the Magna Carta still exists, and I believe Ross Perot, not perennial, but he ran for president in 1992, I believe. I believe he owned it. I mean, he's now dead, but
Or at least a copy of it, yeah.
yeah, I think there are a few copies. So it seems as though a 1297 copy of Magna Carta was owned or is owned by the Australian government. It says here that the Perot Foundation bought a copy in 1984, and then he sold it again to a businessman named David Rubenstein for $21.3 million.
He flipped it.
Nice. Wow, yeah, flipping the Magna Carta. That's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. That
Making
is sweet.
millions. Yeah, just turning it around. But yeah, clearly an important document we all recited
and
by cherish.
heart
today, and it is
Much
the
respect
foundation
to King
of
John
our
for
freedom.
signing it.
For having the guts to make that pact, to surrender your brutal authority.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's beautiful. Well, thank you very much, King John, and may you rest in peace. All right, let's jump into the middle part, the nice, beautiful sandwich part, like this interior of a sandwich. In my favorite segment, What's in the News? All right, we have a lot of news, and there's papers all over our desks, but I'm turning my Periscope over to our fishing desk.
Metaphors.
I know. I'm like lost in a
Sandwiches
sea of,
and Periscope.
yeah, lost in a sea of metaphors. I'm looking towards our fishing correspondent.
Yeah, that's
Devin.
me. I'm
Devin,
over
you're
at the
fish
fishing
desk.
Yeah, it's
What's up?
pinch your nose. It's a little stinky over here, but the food needs to be brought to the table. So,
By the way,
I'm
Devin's wearing a yellow raincoat hat, one of those, and a yellow
Yes.
raincoat and yellow raincoat pants and
Rubber
big
boots.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
visibility's sake.
Yep. Sorry. Go on.
Okay, so the headline: Cape Cod diver left with a whale of a tail after a humpback spat him out.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
So, a Cape Cod lobster diver is safe Friday following
Oh my
a
God.
fluke encounter with a humpback whale that nearly made him the Leviathan's lunch.
Oh, that was good. I like
Is
that.
fluke a pun too? 'Cause
I
fluke
was
is a
thinking
fish,
that.
right?
Yeah,
I was like,
fluke is
that
a
seems
fish.
a fish. Yeah.
They're trying
Yeah,
to just
so-
cram as many as possible.
Just like
this
I
is
was.
like packed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Packed. Michael Packard
Yes.
was diving off the coast of Provincetown, Massachusetts Friday when the capital cetacean caught him unawares.
Damn, who wrote this? Melville? What's going on here?
Yeah. Says Michael Packard, I got down to about 45 feet of water, and all of a sudden, I just felt this huge bump, and everything went dark. Packard told CNN affiliate WBZ, and I could sense that I was moving, and I was like, oh my God, did I just get bit by a shark? Then I felt around, and I realized there was no teeth, and I had felt really no great pain, Packard said. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm in a whale's mouth. I'm in a whale's mouth, and he's trying to swallow me.
Oh my God.
That's so
Absolutely insane.
Packard, an experienced diver, told WBZ that he still had his breathing apparatus on in the whale's mouth. One of the things that went through my mind was just, oh my God, what if he does swallow me? And here I am, I'm breathing air, and I'm going to breathe in this whale's mouth until my air runs out, he said.
I like that his they're like getting quotes from him like of his mind at the time, and it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh my God, I'm being eaten by a whale. Oh my
Yeah.
God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in here until my air runs out. Oh my God, I'm in the stomach. I thought to myself, okay, this is it. I'm going to die. And I thought about my kids and my wife, he said. There was no getting out of there.
Well, there's one way to get out.
That's true. Yeah, you go through the digestive system and
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
out the anus of the whale.
And you'd
which,
probably live through that because
Right,
there's
because it's huge.
if you have
Yeah.
enough air and if it passes you quickly enough, but that's
you could
not,
just walk out of its butt.
It's actually
Yeah,
quite,
that's true.
Quite
Yeah.
easy. It's not really that dangerous. You just leave.
So let's find out if that's what he did. After what Packard estimated to be about 30 seconds in the mammal's mandibles, he said the whale surfaced quickly and spit him out. All of a sudden, he went up to the surface and just erupted and started shaking his head, Packard said.
Nope.
I just got thrown in the air and landed in the water, and I was free, and I just floated there. I couldn't believe it, he added. I couldn't believe I got out of that, and I'm here to tell it.
Damn.
Wow.
Packard was pulled out of the water by a crewmate, rushed ashore, and taken to a nearby hospital. In the end, Packard said he was all bruised up but whole. So he did make it out. The
Bruised
whale
up.
spit him out.
He must have got walloped by that tongue.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, getting thrashed around by a tongue. Yeah.
All I can imagine is like standing on the tongue and like your arms are like up, kind of like pushing up against the top of its mouth, the roof of its mouth, and you're just like, I don't want to
Trying
be
not to
like
get
swallowed up. Yeah, and there's like krill or something in there.
Well, you know, it doesn't say this in here, but he must have like hung on to that little dangly thing in the back of the mouth
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
and just like swinging from it like a chandelier.
Yeah.
And the whale is probably experiencing this thing suddenly like jumping around in the mouth.
Right.
Something that it didn't mean to eat. And it's like, okay, I got to get rid of this.
He's got this sensation of like a popcorn kernel thing, like on the back of the throat. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
what am I trying to get it out?
Oh my God.
Okay, so the article goes on. Biologist Juke Robbins, the director of humpback whale studies at Provincetown Center for Coastal Studies, said the unusual encounter was most likely an accident. We don't really see humpback whales doing anything like this normally, Robbins told CNN. I think it was a surprise to all involved, I guess, including the whale.
Yeah, cut to
Robbins-
like 6 months from now when it's like, okay, there is definitely a trend of whales swallowing people. I guess it wasn't an accident.
The ninth guy who gets swallowed.
We're going to keep an eye on this because, if this does turn into a trend, then I think we have a very interesting new phenomenon to discuss.
Yes.
Robbins said that humpbacks often engage in so-called lunge feeding, in which a fast-moving whale tries to gather a large volume of food in its mouth quickly. Mm-hmm. When they do that, they don't necessarily see everything, she said.
I also have that problem.
I know, that's kind of, the whale just kind of stuffs food in its mouth. It's kind of like a Homer Simpson-esque style of eating. She added that Packard was unlikely to have been swallowed, as despite their massive mouths, their throats aren't large enough for a person to fit through. Charles Mayo, also a marine biologist at the Center for Coastal Studies, agreed. It's a little like sitting down to a really nice meal, and into your mouth flies a fly, he told CNN.
Oh, okay. Well, you can swallow a fly.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I think Charles Mayo is probably like really deluded because he's really nervous about being swallowed by whales with a name like that.
Yeah, Charles
sure that
Mayo.
He'd be the preference in the water there.
Mr. Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Mayo said his son Josiah is the captain on Packard's boat, responsible for tracking the diver's movements by his air bubbles. Mayo told CNN he was there when his son brought Packard ashore, and emergency services immobilized him and brought him to the hospital. Mayo, like Robbins, could not recall a similar situation in which a diver ended up in a humpback's mouth.
I can think of one.
Are they doubting him now? It seems like they're kind of like, this didn't happen.
There is one recorded story of somebody being swallowed by a whale that I can think of in my mind.
A tale older than the Magna Carta, in fact.
Yes, exactly.
Much older.
It'd be funny if this guy like went on to like become like a religious prophet or whatever. He's like, well, this doesn't happen often. I might as well like take advantage of it.
Yeah, when it does happen, it's probably something God did.
Exactly.
Packard was in real danger, Mayo said, if not for the whale's gullet, then from the air pressure in his own lungs as the whale surfaced to spit him out. Mm-hmm. If you come up to atmospheric pressure and you've held your breath, you could develop an embolism, Mayo said.
God.
Damn.
He must have kept his cool, Mayo said. To get out of a situation like that, you have to be a top pro.
A top pro at being swallowed by a whale.
Or it just did not happen. That's the other
sounds
the
like
other
he was
side of it.
pro amateur, because I don't think if he hadn't done it before, he still has to be technically an amateur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and to finish the article, Mayo says of Packard, the reason he's still around is because he's smart. He's a smart guy. He's a tough guy, and he's a lucky guy.
Wow, he's got it all. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. I would have liked to have seen him like dive with one of those completely massive, oversized toothbrushes and like gone in there and kind of like worked some. Yeah, I don't even know if whales have teeth, but whatever.
If
he said that he didn't feel teeth, but they must have teeth. Right?
That's true.
Or he could brush the tongue.
Yeah, that's all it
Very
needs.
important part of oral hygiene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he should try to develop a relationship with this whale. Try to like hunt it down and just hang out with it.
My octopus teacher style.
I thought you were going to go in a kind of Ahab direction, but I'm glad you're.
Oh no! Yeah, it would be an octopus teacher style relationship. Although maybe not as
erotic.
Yeah. But anyway, that's a very important story. Watch out when you're
swimming,
in
diving
the
for
ocean.
lobster.
It can be a dangerous place.
We just have to be aware of the lunging aspects of these humpback whales. And I don't know, I generally stay away from ocean swimming because of the whale situation. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be confused for krill or plankton.
Or a seal.
Or seal. which this whale, unnamed whale, by the way, no name to this whale.
No source, yeah.
No source.
No one interviewed this whale for a follow-up.
We've yet to identify it, and apparently they don't have dental records, so it's going to be difficult to find out who this whale is to kind of ask what it was doing, if it
Right.
thought that it was a seal or whatever, So
Maybe he was trying to save him. Maybe the
could be
whale was
true.
like, what is this guy doing down here? He's an idiot.
yeah,
Get
Yeah,
back up
yeah,
to the
he's
surface.
drowning. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in my mouth, and I'm gonna bring him up to the surface where he
Yeah.
belongs.
yeah. But first, I'm going to take him for a little ride.
Yeah.
And take it swims 90 feet below the sea, comes back up, spits him out. Yeah, so this is interesting. And this is, as we said, this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on to see if this keeps happening over the summer.
I actually love that the way to see this as the whale kind of playing with this guy,
too.
rather than as a mistake, as I ate the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I think they underestimate the degree to which fun and games can be had by all, even under the ocean.
That's so
Absolutely.
nice.
That's
I
great.
agree.
Yeah, I love that.
That is good. But
And, yeah, let's one more time. I do love this quote from Mayo.
Mhm.
Of Packard. He's a smart guy, he's a tough guy, and he's a lucky guy.
that's right.
Certainly does sound lucky to be playing around with a giant whale.
Yeah. Michael Packard, I take my rain hat off to you. And
My hat full of tackles and bait
yeah.
with all
and
the
I'm
little hooks through the brim.
And I'm throwing little pieces of fish at your head too, and they're just bouncing off his forehead. So thank you very much, Michael. And Devin, thank you so much for that report from our fishing desk.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm over here sitting at the culture desk, and I've just been inundated with culture over the past week since we last recorded. And listen to this. I cannot
Ron's wearing
believe
glasses
this.
now.
I'm wearing
He's wearing
glasses,
glasses and a turtleneck.
turtleneck. I
He's got
have
a beret. Sorry.
my degree framed behind me.
Yep.
I have,
He's listening to avant-garde jazz.
and I've got some culture for all of us. Headline here: petition urging Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa gains steam. So we all know what a petition is. It's something that you sign to show to somebody else, and
Like the
if you have
Magna
enough,
Carta, the
exactly.
first petition.
Thank you, John. It's like it's very similar to the Magna Carta, and we also know Jeff Bezos is the guy who owns all of us and the economy. And people are wanting him to eat the Mona Lisa. So it's gotten hundreds of signatures. I think that must have changed by now. It
Has thousands.
Yeah,
It's
thousands.
on its way.
Let's get a count. What are we at?
We're at 5,801. I encourage you to sign it.
I actually signed it while we were preparing this episode.
Very nice. And at the time of publication, it was only at a few hundred, but that's got to tell you something. If it's got only a few hundred and it's making these news rounds, they know something's up. So, the article here says, nobody has eaten the Mona Lisa, and we feel Jeff Bezos needs to take a stand and make this happen. The joke petition that went up a year ago on change.org and gained hundreds of signers Thursday reads.
It's a little editorializing. We don't know if it's a joke.
Yeah. Gobble Da Lisa, one signer wrote, while another joked, I feel like this is something society needs. Jeff, we need you to make this sacrifice for society.
I also don't understand this as a sacrifice. To me, this seems like if you could eat the Mona Lisa, you've won or something.
Well, I like it as a kind of like a way to advance the contradictions. Like he doing this would be very beneficial to all of us. I think.
Yeah. I don't see why not. So as you may or may not know, the Mona Lisa is owned by the French government and is on permanent display at the Louvre Museum in Paris. I've seen that live. It's a lot smaller than you think. I saw people crying in front of it, and
now, what the hell is the Mona Lisa? Is this a painting? Is this what we're talking?
Yeah, this is a painting. It's always looking at you, no matter where you stand. Her eyes are very much obsessed with you.
Yeah, it's like an optical illusion trick.
The viewer.
You said that it's a small painting?
It is.
Yeah.
So do you think that this story sort of echoes our last story, where a small person is going to be swallowed by a larger person?
It is.
Yes.
That is good,
yes.
John. That's
Yes.
very good. So Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world, became the first man to top $200 billion in hoarding money this year. Seems to have no immediate plans to ingest art, but is planning to go to space, probably because he's scared shitless of eating an old-timey painting. He wants to get away, just send himself into the orbit so he doesn't have to ingest probably, I don't know when that was painted, but there's probably some bad chemicals inside of it.
Yeah, it would definitely be poisonous to you, I feel like.
Well, I think that he could probably find somebody that would be able to transform it on a molecular level into something edible, to like cleanse it of its
mean, like cooking?
toxicity. yeah, I think
Like
so.
if someone could cook it.
If you just cook up the Mona Lisa. Listen, I've got a recipe. I've got an incredible recipe for eating paintings. A little bit of garlic on top, butter. You have to get the unsalted butter. Oh, listen,
Butter is the key.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Some
later.
Rich cream. I mean, you want to follow like a Provence, like French style recipe for it, because I guess you would go Italian. Wait, is it French or Italian?
It's Italian. It's Leonardo da Vinci, actually.
It's in the Louvre.
Yeah, but the French government owns it. Over the years, the idea of selling the Mona Lisa to dig France out of debt has popped up occasionally, including French tech CEO Stéphane it looks like disgusting, but it's Distegouin, who said last year the government could sell it for $50 billion, 50 billion euros, which is $60 billion, to help the country through the pandemic. Who's going to buy it? Probably Jeff Bezos.
Well, who has,
Yeah, who has that money? Like, I wonder how much it would actually cost if Jeff Bezos offered to buy it explicitly with the intention of eating it. Like, what's the price tag for France on that deal?
Yeah, true. Because it's not the same as like selling it to also still be appreciated or whatever.
No, it's the total degradation and like debasement of like
Culture.
all of kind of Western civilization's culture.
Yeah.
In the favor of like money.
And his
So-
hunger.
Yeah, but that's
just
that's why I feel this should be done, because I think like such a thing would sort of deal the coup de grace to, like Western civilization.
Well, also like this like meme of the Mona Lisa is like the best painting, which I'm sorry, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that good.
More reason why he should eat it.
Yeah, I'm tired of like every museum's website having the Mona Lisa as like the big image, behind the welcome splash page.
And by the way, you can just get a postcard of it, and like, it's that easy.
Yeah,
It'd be funny
we'll
if
have copies.
It'd be funny if Bezos was like, I don't want to eat it because then no one can see it, and he accidentally discovers like commons or like public ownership, or like, and he's like, wait, why am I hoarding all this wealth?
Wait,
or
what?
whatever?
And then he immediately puts a revolver in his mouth.
He's like, it's like fair use. He's into fair use stuff now, and like copyleft from like the 90s.
He achieves this kind of instant satori where he suddenly realizes like that he is kind of like Satan incarnate.
Yeah, exactly. But also this would 100% be the most expensive meal ever, I think, if he did buy it and eat it.
Potentially, but there is apparently Cleopatra apparently ate a pearl, like dropped a pearl in vinegar and drank it. And that pearl was like, when it was really expensive, was enough to like buy an army, like a whole military for Egypt.
But wouldn't it come out the other side and she could just sell it? Whereas with the Mona Lisa, it would like decompose to some significant degree.
It's going to be
decomposed in the vinegar.
And also, you have to like chop up the Mona Lisa in order to eat it, because you can't just like hold
Slurp
the
it like
frame
spaghetti.
and then just take chunks out of it. Yeah, you got to like, there has to be a method to this madness, and you know that
one of those Lexmark document shredders.
Yeah.
But you know that
pasta.
Bezos probably has a chef, definitely has a chef, but then, there's other chefs. He would probably have to get a team of like the best chefs or whatever.
Well, yeah,
and
they
then
would have to do like new American style like cooking to it, where there's like a foam,
fresh
they make.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Creme fraiche or whatever.
Creme fraiche.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing going on here. And I don't know, like, would he share it? Would he allow anyone else to have a bite
No.
or whatever? It's all him.
No.
Well,
all
his
him.
wife would have I believe, contractual rights to half of it or something, right?
No, not now. He's a free man now.
Yeah.
So
Is this what he's doing now? Is he's becoming kind of like a meme guy like Musk, so he can be I don't know.
yeah,
He's
that's
trying to be
another
seen
reason
as
to
a
do
cool
it.
bachelor or something.
Yeah, he could one up Musk by eating the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
he
that
needs to
would-
do
yeah.
something to differentiate himself, because it's like the space race is now just between those two guys, and it's like, all right, I get them confused. It's like, oh wait, what? You're this
one's
guy, you're
bald,
that
one
guy,
has
yeah.
hair.
And it's like, just somebody eat the fucking Mona Lisa so I know who you are, and then let me watch it on Amazon Prime or Twitch, one
Yeah.
of their owned properties, and then I can just watch the most expensive man, or I mean the richest man in the world eating art. So some experts, art experts, don't think that it's worth the 50 billion euros, $60 billion. Artnets.com says it is overestimating that value, but
That's fair. Also, because if you eat it, you can't then charge people to see it.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's sort
Yeah.
of like a tale of wealth that comes with it, where it's like, okay, we can put it in a museum, and it attracts a bunch of people who are trying to get into culture to
Right.
go see it.
yeah.
If you eat it, that's kind of it ends right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of Da Vinci's other paintings, the Salvator Mundi, sold for $450 million recently, and that's pretty decent. But it seems as though Bezos needs to do this just for the good of society. If you're gonna hoard all that money, you got to do something for us. Please.
Yeah, no, this is very
Jeff.
history making. Napoleonic would be for him to eat this. I feel like it would just affect the direction of the winds of history.
Yep. That's right.
But okay, here's the buried lead here that I wanted to discuss briefly.
Please.
The article ends with the Change.com petition had at least 448 signatures by early Friday morning. This story was covered by Fox News and a bunch of other outlets at such an early stage of the petition.
That's true.
I know.
What is going
300.
on here? Why
Yep.
are they pushing this other than is Fox News just trying to kind of amplify this, or
Goad?
It just seems really strange that they were so early on it.
I agree.
That's true.
I also think that is kind of weird. They were tipped off by this, and it was also posted, I guess, a year ago on Reddit, and then I guess Kane Powell started this petition 1 year ago, and I guess it just simmered there with a few hundred signatures, but then it just got picked up as legitimate news in a lot of these sources, and now it's up to, at the time of recording, it's at 5,826. So that's kind of a fun thing you can do. By the time you listen to this, you can look for the change.org petition titled "We Want Jeff Bezos to Buy and Eat the Mona Lisa," and you can do that.
You can sign it for yourself, but let's get this going. This is how we can change the world together.
That's right. Let's change the world together. All right, let's move along. I'm hearing all sorts of buzzing. Do you guys hear that? Is that my microphone, or do you?
No, that's the cicadas.
Oh my God!
Sorry
John.
guys, it's a bit noisy over here at the cicada desk.
John's over at the cicada desk. We better get over there and see what is buzzing with John. John.
It used to be a lot quieter over at the cicada desk, but clearly we have a bit more activity going on here. Sorry, I'm going to that. And then we have a headline from CNN.
I was hoping you'd keep going forever, and then we could be like, wow, it's so busy out there, John. You're
Brood X.
really out in the field.
I'm assuming it would be annoying if I was yelling the entire article, but
Yeah.
I will say this. Restaurant tests out pizza topped with cicadas.
Oh God.
It's from CNN.
What?
Those aren't olives.
Oh my God.
They
No, they're not.
what?
They're not.
So, yeah, this is something that I'm going to be trying out here at the Cicada Desk because I have plenty of ingredients to go around. An Ohio restaurant seems to have found a use for the Brood X cicadas pestering parts of the Midwest. The Pizza Bandit in Dayton tested out a spicy Thai cicada pizza. Yes.
Spicy
That's a
Thai
pizza.
cicada pizza pie.
Pizza pie.
Yeah.
The spicy Thai cicada pie featured blanched and sautéed locally foraged cicadas and a crust adorned with cicada wings.
Okay.
Before you get too excited or repulsed, know that the restaurant is not selling cicada top pizzas. Well, that seems to go counterintuitive to the whole article.
Oh,
Yeah.
In a
I
Facebook
thought
post,
that they.
yeah.
That's so dumb. Oh my god.
Okay.
Sorry, it was really hard to finish this article before the show started because all these cicadas were crawling over the newsprint on my desk.
Yeah, no,
here.
that's fine. I
And
understand.
we like to be surprised by these stories. I mean, hey, like we are reactions to the news. We're not writing these articles.
That's right.
Right. In a Facebook post showing off the new creation, the business noted, "We're not even sure if we legally can sell you locally foraged cicadas." So I'm going to go ahead and update this and make this a subsection of our show today. The cowards of the week.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
'Cause,
Isn't
like,
that in the
come on.
Magna Carta? There's something about legality of serving cicadas.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's true.
Restaurant tests out. So in the sense in which they tested it out was that they made one for themselves
For Facebook.
for Facebook.
The restaurant
But then-
did live stream a tasting panel trying out the pizza. Which
Illegal.
also featured miso, hoisin, sriracha sauce, mozzarella, provolone, mushrooms, cabbage, green onion, mango, cilantro, and a
Man.
spicy Thai sauce.
Wow,
That's
that
a lot of
sounds
stuff.
so good.
Yeah.
It does actually sound really good.
It sounds very heavy though. Like when you lift up the slice, it just like slides off kind of
Droops
situation.
immediately and slides right off.
Might be like a fork and knife style pie.
True.
There must be. Opinions of the pizza range from absolutely delicious to, well, yeah. The Facebook post said.
Oh my god.
Okay.
While cicadas are not toxic, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has warned people not to eat the insects if they are allergic to seafood.
Yeah.
These insects share a family relation to shrimp and lobsters, the FDA said.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because apparently it was illegal for a time to force prisoners to eat lobster in
Yeah.
Massachusetts or in Maryland or something.
Yeah, because it was considered so gross.
It was
Such
like
a
force
bottom
feeding
of
them
the
like
barrel.
rats or something.
Yeah.
And so you could only serve it to them like 3 times a week or something. So maybe
But
it would be
now-
illegal to sell prisoners cicada pizzas. In
I
Ohio.
love the idea. It's so childish when they're like, we're not even sure if we can legally sell you local foraged cicadas. It's like, are you serious? Come on, like
Clearly,
imagining
that's not on the books.
the like Ohio state cop like trooper coming in,
Yeah.
being like spread them and like taking them away for like years for selling cicada stuff.
Because the Ohio Magna Carta is like
Yeah,
It specifies cicadas.
yeah.
it's one of those. Yeah, this is like one of those stories that really hinges on the like old laws still on the books like, assumption in America.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
a 1793 law about selling cicadas on bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like unleavened bread. You're unable to sell that legally,
Yeah.
and the
The
state
Ohio
troopers will.
Supreme Court has interpreted this to include flatbreads and pizzas.
Yeah, and there's an addendum here. Paninis do also fall under that. Yeah, this is real interesting, I guess, because it really it's just giving the cicada beat, and I know that the cicada desk, John. I know you're like you've studied 17 years to be here, but like
Sorry,
The
what
cic-
was that? I can't. There's one flew in my ear.
the cicada news beat is just rocking this summer, obviously because of Brood X, but it's just like churning out tons of these. This is my media critique now. Media critique corner is just like there's tons of these articles I've just been reading. It's like, can you eat them? And then it's like,
Sorry, one just flew in my mouth.
and there's just a lot of that going around, and it seems as though yes, you can eat them, but just like we're
Yes,
not.
you should eat them.
Here's my point. Who's going to stop me?
I,
the
for
Ohio
one, I'm
police.
pro eating the cicadas
I am
and
too.
other bugs too.
Yeah.
I want
let's
bug
eat the
pizza.
bugs.
Yeah.
Devin's a bug man, and John's a bug man, and they want cicadas in the mouse.
It seems cool to just be like, to not care and be like, yeah, I'll eat the bugs. I don't care.
It's true.
Yeah.
It feels like,
I
I
don't
feel
care.
like, I'm not sure, but to me, it seems that everyone else on the playground will think I'm cool.
Gobble
the
the cicada.
Yeah, gobbled the cicada. That's right.
Yeah.
I would definitely eat the cicada. I'm into that.
We
I'm
talked
not-
about it before, but University of Maryland had a cicada cookbook that they
Yep.
released.
And do you know what? We read that article like months and months ago, and I've seen that cookbook on like all TV coverage since. I was like, listen, Blue Men Group covered that months ago.
I know.
Yeah,
They're
we
really,
blew that story up, actually.
They're
'Cause
really
we knew-
following in our wake.
Yeah, we knew Brood X was going to hit, and it was going to hit hard. We knew that.
And then when it did hit hard, we covered that too. And now we're
Exactly.
covering all the new uses for Brood-X and where people are eating it, they're ingesting it, it's coming out the other end.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, like, we're gonna follow this all the way to the bottom of the story, to where it all
Yes.
comes out.
To where it all
and
comes
lands.
out.
That's right. And
This is a big consumption-heavy episode.
it is. We are, and it's very, very, Animal Planet kind of vibes. We're focusing on animals and eating things, and Jeff Bezos is an animal.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So the Food and Drug Administration, they're having a tough time this summer figuring out whether or not you should eat things that are bugs that look like shrimp. But listen,
The
Blue
whale
Men Group.
version of the Food and Drug Administration is also trying to figure out if,
Yeah.
people, you should swallow them or not.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
say yes. You should swallow everything, is what we're trying to say. Like
Yeah,
whether
Open
it's
that maw up and let it slide down your gullet. Whatever
Yeah,
it
be
is.
like the whale, yeah.
whether it's fishermen, art, or cicadas, just eat it.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Packard
Eat it
was
up.
a lobster diver, and apparently, lobsters are cicadas, and we had no problem with that. So let's jump into the let's get into the little like cage that they lower you down into the water with, and let's go guzzle up some cicadas.
I love it, John. Well, thank you very much for that news report from the cicada desk, and I think we should jump into our next story here. It's probably my favorite segment.
I think
It's-
you just already said that your favorite was This Week in History.
Every segment is his favorite segment.
Is that what the implication is?
Yeah, and that's okay.
Maybe, John.
I'm not judging him for that.
Maybe. But let's jump into this story. It's our hero of the week. So, as I said, we're going to jump into this story. We got a headline here. Oh, wait a second. Chicago man jumps into Lake Michigan for 365th straight day. So again, we're in the water. We're under the water. Let's hope this man who keeps jumping into the lake hasn't lost something. Maybe maybe he lost like a watch or something. He's trying to get it, and it's very important to him. Maybe there's no whales in the Great Lakes. That's nearly impossible.
But this
But-
guy's a hero of the week, right?
Yes,
And this
he's a
is
hero.
why he's the hero, in my opinion. Dan O'Connor said he started jumping into the lake at Montrose Harbor on the city's north side last year to relieve stress. It was during the pandemic. It was during the protest. It was during an election year. So it was somewhere where I could come down here and block all that noise out and kind of be totally present with me in the lake and find some moments of zen, said the father of three.
Hell yeah.
So this is the perfect ending for our episode. This is the emotional attitude we try to cultivate here at
Yep.
Blue Men Group.
Yes.
We block it all out, and we try to be totally present in the studio.
We
In
just
a
chill
moment
in
of
the
zen.
water.
Moments of zen.
We let it
Yeah.
float, let the currents sweep past us. What's that? Is that a lobster? Is that a whale? I don't care.
It's cicada.
But here his heroism continues. He continued jumping into the lake through the fall before the hard part, hacking a hole in the ice on the frozen lake that was big enough for him to jump through during the winter. He said when he got home after one such jump, he found about 20 scrapes and cuts on his body.
Wow.
He's so zen that he doesn't care.
Yeah. And he counted them. I like that. I like you counting my scrapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it goes on. He was encouraged by the response he got for his undertaking. People started asking me what this was benefiting and how they could support.
And I stopped them right there. Nothing.
Yeah, and when I
It's
say
just
people-
for me.
I'm talking strangers online, When I started posting the videos on Twitter and Instagram, I got more wind in my sails there. because people started commenting like, "This makes my day. It's nice to see this."
Is he a
said.
boat? He had winds in his sails? Ladies and gentlemen, this man's a boat. This man's a sailboat.
That's why he's been jumping in the water every day. Saturday was special because it was the culmination of doing it for a full year. I just wanted to celebrate just that drive to dive for 365, O'Connor said.
Yes. Yes,
So
O'Connor.
He's starting a movement. I feel like this is... I always feel like we need a new religion, you know? We need something that can bring everybody
Correct.
together in this troubled time. And I feel like... Dan O'Connor is kind of he's an experimentalist of what could be a new spirituality for all of us.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you look in the article, there's a nice little photo gallery of the big 365 jump, and I gotta say, it looks like it was a lot of fun. He's jumping off of an A-frame ladder. People have put pictures of him jumping on like printed out paper. Someone's playing the guitar. He's running under people's hands. He's doing like the little bridge thing you do, where two people stand on either side and you run underneath.
Everyone's swimming together. They're hanging out.
They're
it's like a whole
high-fiving.
party. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, this guy's cool as hell. If you look at these pictures, he's like got a cool mustache that he's like trimming or something.
He's
that's
wearing
got,
Motorhead shorts.
Yeah, he's got Motorhead shorts. He's got a Chicago flag shirt. He's doing the can opener as this type of dive, as
He's
you
tucking
know.
his t-shirt into his belted shorts.
Yeah, which the can opener is one of the best ways to jump in. Actually, we have some audio here. We have a quick clip. I don't know if what there is to hear, but maybe there's something. Let's give it a play.
He's on top of the ladder.
Yep, he's on.
Big crowd cheering.
And there he goes.
Jumps.
Oh, wow.
into the
Just
water.
dove right in. And he came back up. That's great. Just
Looking to relieve stress. Looks like he's done it, folks.
Yeah.
He does not look
365.
stressed to me at all.
No.
This is a sign of a very chilled out man. And by the way, I'm unsure if this is true, but John, you mentioned a man playing guitar. I believe that's Jeff Tweedy from the band Wilco.
You heard it
Wow.
here first, folks. He's not credited in the article, but we do have confirmation from two sources that is Jeff Tweedy. He has converted to Dan O'Connor's new religion, the Drive to Dive 365 cult.
Yeah, we love that. And Dan,
love the cult.
You're on our side. Stay buoyant, young man. He's an older guy.
Do you think he's going to do it tomorrow?
No, he quit. He's done doing that shit, John. He's had enough.
I think he's going to keep going. I think I don't think this is a 1-year project for Mr. O'Connor.
No, I agree.
He's reached a Zen state. How can you move back from that?
I agree, and
It sort of bothers me to think of him like not diving into Lake Michigan anymore. It's sort of like
Yeah.
whenever I heard when I learned about like different religions in school, and you find out about Buddhism, and then it's like, well, the Buddha achieves enlightenment, and then he lived for however long afterwards. And you're like, what do you mean? And you're like, well, he just walked around, just completely like perfected and in his Zen
blissed
state.
out.
Yeah.
So it's like Dan O'Connor can't just like walk around after achieving samsara or whatever.
Yeah, well, no, I think he can, and he will. He'll be moving aimlessly around Chicago for a few decades to come,
Dispensing
blessing
wisdom.
people. Yeah, there'll be a crowd that follows him around. They camp out at various parks, and they all jump in the water every morning together.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much, Dan O'Connor, Chicago bus driver, looking for a way to relieve stress. You are not our, the Blue Men Group Hero of the Week. All right, everybody. Now, as we do, we're going to end this beautiful episode that we've done today, and I've enjoyed talking with you, my good friends, good listeners, and spending this time with Devin and John. And I'm not talking about King John. I'm talking about John Beedrin and Devin Welsh, my co-hosts. Now, I've got the dashboard up here. All right, we're doing okay. Actually, we're not doing okay.
And is it? Wait. The segment is called.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This segment is my favorite.
Is it your favorite? Yeah.
It is called Last Week's Numbers. So, yes, I have the dashboard up here, and it's not looking good. I think we have the lowest amount of listens we've ever had.
Yeah.
59 first week listens. Not good.
We're falling, folks.
We're falling. Our 14-day average is down 14%.
Are you okay with that? That we're falling?
Me? No.
No, you listener.
Are
okay?
you? Do you feel comfortable with this?
Yeah,
how do you
the
feel
people
about
are
this?
tuning out, even though we're probably making funnier and funnier episodes.
We've
every
only
week.
gotten smarter, stronger, sharper, more interesting stories.
Yeah. Our eye for this is like so sharpened that
Do you know how many goddamn desks we had to buy for the culture desk and the Cicada desk and the fucking
The
We're
fishy
majorly
desk.
in the hole.
yeah, the
I know.
Amelia Earhart beat.
Yeah, we're all over the world here, and
We should be
the-
collecting Pulitzers at this point, or Peabodys. Like, we should be like making the rounds. I don't understand what's going on here.
I'll take both. I'll take the MacArthur Genius Grant too while you're at it. But
I think the media industry, it's obviously going through a lot of changes, and it's on hard times, and I think that's probably the explanation for what's going on here.
Well, I'll go one step further. I think what's happening is that they sense the shifting media landscape is coming, and they see the Blue Men Group as a direct threat onto
Yes.
them as purveyors of truth and,
Yep.
and worldview. And we're this little cocky upstart. We get our feet cut up. We're not afraid to do the dirty work, and they're suppressing us actively.
yeah, Midwest living. We're not in the epicenters of media. We're not in New York City, DC, or LA, or San Francisco, or one of these large cities. Listen, we're public school educated too. Okay, so
That's right.
all of our facts may not be correct.
That's right, and that's
we don't really know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we have no authority at all. We've never
Right.
been given any sort of authority by, birth or otherwise. So,
or the Magna Carta.
yeah.
But don't you want to root for the underdog?
don't you?
Doesn't that light a fire in your heart to know that you're fighting for the little guy?
Yeah, and hey, we're on your side.
Yeah.
These other folks, they don't care about you.
Oh, they
Yeah,
do
we're
not.
we're just
care.
like you.
We're
They're
just
not
like
like you at all, but we're exactly like you.
We
Yeah.
are you.
I
Yeah.
am me, and you are
So,
you.
yeah, listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Listen to Blue Men Group.
Yes.
Maybe I should post about it. Maybe that
Maybe
would.
we should post.
Maybe that would help. Maybe I
Maybe
should.
any of us should post.
Yeah. Maybe I should do something about this.
Okay, we're gonna post this episode, and then we're gonna see what a difference posting makes. We're gonna actually
will.
try to promote this one.
We will.
hard.
Hard.
And so will you. Okay, so
Exactly.
you post about it on your social
Please
media. Post about it on your
share.
Facebook. Share it with your family. Share it with your friends. We're gonna do the same. We're all gonna work together, and then we're gonna see what we come up with next week.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. Thank you very much, listeners, for listening. We love you. I love you. Devin loves you. John loves you. Be well. Stay away from cicadas, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.